Welcome back. Today we'll be in search for Nevada State Historical Markers numbers 186 through 190. Let's begin our adventure at 75 Main Street in Dayton. On the right-hand side of the entrance to this two-story red brick building is where we'll find our first marker in the series. So let's take a quick look at marker number 186, Union Hotel and Post Office. Union Hotel and Post Office. The original Union Hotel was located across the street. It was rebuilt here in 1870 after a fire destroyed the old hotel. The former post office site originally housed the dining room and barber shop. The freestanding rock wall is the original wall of the Overland Stage Station and Pony Express stop. Nevada State Historical Marker, number 186. Now, let's turn around and travel east on Interstate 80 to the westbound Beowawe Rest Area. Located at the rest area is going to be our next marker, marker number 187, the cattle industry. The cattle industry. The numerous valleys of Nevada have supported a vigorous cattle industry since the 1850s. Cattlemen ranged their herds throughout northern Nevada by the 1870s. The completion of the Transcontinental Railroad in 1869 was the catalyst that created a prosperous industry. Longhorns from Texas were driven to fertile valleys for feeding and then shipped as far as Omaha and San Francisco to market. As the mining boom subsided, Nevada's ranches kept the state alive in the 19th century. Improvements in breeding stock and winter feeding helped build a vast ranching empires for hard-working stockmen. Nevada State Historical Marker, number 187. So now, if we drive south for 548 miles, we come to two strange signs that read, "Welcome to California" and "Welcome to San Bernardino County." But if we continue south on the Needles Highway for 2¼ miles, we will pass by Aha Macave Parkway, and then another quarter of a mile well off the road on the northbound shoulder will be the only Nevada State Historical Marker in California. So let's take a look at marker number 188, Von Schmidt State Boundary Monument. Von Schmidt State Boundary Monument. This marker commemorates the iron column erected in 1873 at the southernmost tip of the boundary survey line run by Alexei W. von Schmidt, U.S. astronomer and surveyor. The line dividing Nevada and California was based on a preliminary geodetic work by Lieutenant Joseph Christmas Ives. Ives determined the Colorado River end on the proposed oblique California-Nevada boundary. Von Schmidt calculated and ran the first complete survey of the boundary. His solar observations erred slightly, the actual line now being 3/4 of a mile to the north. Nevada State Historical Marker, number 188. Now, let's turn around and head north up to Sparks. You might notice we are back at Victorian Avenue and Pyramid Way. So now, located on the southeast corner of Victorian and Pyramid is our next marker, and also about 240 feet away is marker number 29, and the newer marker, number 169, is close to 650 feet away to the west of marker number 189, Southern Pacific Railroad Yards. Southern Pacific Railroad Yards. Soon after 1900, laborers reworked some 373 miles of the original Central Pacific, now the Southern Pacific line between Reno and Ogden, Utah. The effort involved shortening the line in some places. One such change took Wadsworth, Nevada, a division terminal off the main line. During the summer of 1904, the terminal was moved to this location, which became the town of Sparks. The railroad dismounted a huge 40-stall locomotive roundhouse in 1959. The machine and erecting shops are still standing. Had it not been for the railroad yards being moved here, the city of Sparks would not exist. Nevada State Historical Marker, number 189. So now, let's travel south back down to Las Vegas. This marker will throw you off if you're used to seeing the standard blue or small bronze-style markers. Located on South 7th Street is our next marker, marker number 190, the original home site of Las Vegas pioneer Charles "Pop" Squires, 1865-1958. Original home site of Las Vegas pioneer Charles "Pop" Squires, 1865-1958. Charles "Pop" Squires, often referred to as the father of Las Vegas, lived at this location with his wife Delphine from 1931 until his death in 1958. Squires first arrived in the Las Vegas Valley in February 1905. He and his partners established a lumber yard, a tent hotel, a real estate firm, and the First State Bank. In March 1906, Pop assisted in the formation of the Consolidated Power and Telephone Company, bringing electricity and phone service to the new town. In 1908, Squires and his wife purchased the community's only newspaper, the Las Vegas Age. Squires campaigned for the creation of Clark County in 1909. He subsequently worked on incorporating Las Vegas into a city. With his wife and the voice of their newspaper, the couple became advocates for women's suffrage. As a member of the League of the Southwest and the Colorado River Commission, Squires helped advance plans that eventually led to the construction of Hoover Dam. Upon Pop's passing, Las Vegas Sun reporter Bob Foss wrote, "It seems strange that Las Vegas, a modern boomtown, should owe so much to the foresight of one man. But there is little we have today that wasn't given an initial shove by Pop Squires." Nevada State Historical Marker, number 190.